I love Bee Swarm, and I hope you will too. If you want to move quickly up the mountain to Meadow Net and start our Star Journey quests, I can help you with that. I can show you how to get 20 bees in less than 12 hours of game time. But before you ever even log into the game, you want to make sure and join the Bee Swarm Club. So before you press that green play button, you want to scroll down to where it says Bee Swarm Simulator Club. Click on that, join the group, and become a member so that you can use the dispensers in the game. I always turn the music off, but that's your choice, of course. You want to start by claiming your hive and hatching an egg because the bees come from eggs. We'll start by using the honey dispenser, and then I'll show you the shop so you can see how much it costs to upgrade equipment before you get started so you know whether it's worth saving up or not. The dispenser gives you haste and a little bit of honey. You can see in the shop that there's a lot of equipment that you can upgrade to, but you're going to want to save your honey for bees because they're the most important thing to getting you to progress quickly. I'll show you other parts of the game as we go along, but first up, you want to start by talking to Black Bear and getting a quest. You can see in the upper right corner by your avatar's name the amount of honey that you have and also the amount of pollen you've collected will be in the column next to it, which right now is of course 0. The exclamation point signals that you're ready to begin a quest or that you've just finished a quest and you need to turn in the items for your reward. We're walking into the ticket shop where you get special event bees, star treats, and golden eggs. We won't be able to use the red cannon for a while, so I'm gonna walk past the egg shop where you can buy more bees, and then we're gonna go into the sunflower field. Now we're gonna get our very first Mother Bear quest. Feeding bees gives them experience or bond in this game. You want them to bond with you, the hive keeper. I tend to click through the quest dialogue, but I encourage you to read it on your own. This is the treat shop, but I really recommend that you save your honey for bees. Before we start the Mother Bear quest, we're going to complete the Black Bear quest by collecting pollen, and you just have to dip your dipper into the field to collect pollen off the flowers. And by dipper, I mean pollen collection tool, which right now is a scooper. You may or may not have noticed the large sunflowers sticking out of the sunflower field. After we go to the hive, we're going to go to the dandelion field. And I didn't recognize it as such at first because the dandelions are white globes and I expected yellow fuzzies. As you can see to our right, there are 5 places for hives, so at most there can be 5 people on the server. And we're going to make honey out of the pollen we've collected, and then we're going to feed the bee the treat to fill the Mother Bear quest. It hardly takes anything at low levels to get the bees to level up. It took 1 field and 1 treat to get the first bee to level 2. It's really easy. We're going to go turn in this quest to Mother Bear and walk past the instant pollen to honey converter. And again, I recommend not doing so and just saving your tickets. You've got better uses for them in the future. All the Mother Bear quests are long and involved. I suggest that you save your treats, your sunflower seeds, your strawberries, your blueberries, and your pineapple as you go along in the Mother Bear quests, and I'll show you as we progress just when to use them and when to save them. You'll see as I'm collecting pollen that I'm moving around. You don't want to just stand still, then there won't be any pollen to collect. Also, it sort of helps if there are any pops in that particular field, like the dandelion field will sometimes pop treats that you're moving around a little bit and you don't want to get too far from where you've been because otherwise the items will despawn and you won't be able to collect them. So those red lines on the bottom right of the screen say that your pollen collection container is full. You need to go to your hive and make honey. Now, when your quest requires more pollen than you can fit in your pollen collection container for at least one kind of pollen, it's time to upgrade. The two fields we've collected pollen in so far, the sunflower field and the dandelion field, are the only low-level fields in the game where your bees don't have anything to kill. They're safe. It's time to upgrade from the pouch to the jar pollen collection container. This will hold us for a while. While sometimes your priorities will change and it'll make sense to do your quests in a different order, usually you want to complete your black bear quests as soon as you can. So in the dandelion field, you'll see a yellow ramp, and at the top of the ramp there's a number 5, and that'll be the next area we'll be able to access after we've hatched 5 bees. And to the left of the ramp is the mushroom field. There are some abstract representations of mushrooms, so that is the mushroom field. And there's one ladybug in that field that your bees will have to kill. At low levels, Black Bear will keep giving you quests one after the other, but after a certain point, when you've completed a quest very quickly, he will not give you another quest for an hour. So it makes sense to complete those and move on to the next thing, and we'll keep discussing priorities with quests as these videos move along. So those squares of glowing green field that I just collected honey from, that is spit from the sunflower. The sunflower in that particular corner of the field will have a face, and the mouth will spit these glowing green squares of goo onto the field, and you can collect honey and sometimes tickets depending on how good your luck is. You want to make sure anytime you see that glowing goo to go right after it because it'll fade so fast. You don't want to know how many times I've kicked myself for having a full pollen container and not being able to collect items from the goo. Bee Swarm really has so many layers. There's the Ant Challenge, Gifted Bees, legendary bees. I will teach you about all these things as these videos move forward. I hope you're enjoying this. If you have, please, click like, subscribe. Yeah, I hope you find them useful and helpful.